Escute o áudio sem olhar o texto. Apenas tente entender a história e identificar palavras que você já conhece. Importante, nesse momento, não se preocupe com a gramática nem em entender 100% do áudio ou do texto. Olá, professor Fabiano aqui. Seja muito bem-vindo ao primeiro episódio dos nossos podcasts. Nesse episódio, você vai acompanhar a história de uma pessoa que estudou inglês durante anos e finalmente decidiu realizar um grande sonho, viajar para Nova York. Durante essa história, você vai acompanhar desde o planejamento da viagem, o aeroporto, o voo e a imigração até o hotel, os passeios, a comida, as novas amizades e todas as experiências que essa viagem proporcionou. Então prepare-se, coloque seus fones de ouvido e aproveite o episódio. Let's go!
The trip that changed my life. A few years ago, I decided that it was finally time to do something I had always dreamed about. For many years, I had been studying English after work. At first, it was difficult because I only knew a few words and simple expressions. Sometimes I felt frustrated because I could understand my teacher, but I was afraid to speak. Even so, I continued studying every day. I watched videos, listened to podcasts, read short stories, and practiced speaking whenever I had the chance. Little by little, my English became better, and I started to feel more confident. One evening, while I was watching a travel video on YouTube, I saw beautiful places in the United States. I watched people walking through New York City, visiting museums, eating food from street vendors, and enjoying their vacations. At that moment, I said to myself, one day I will go there. From that day on, I started saving money every month. It was not easy because I had many expenses, but I believed my dream was worth the effort. After almost 2 years of saving money, I finally bought my plane ticket. I also booked a hotel in Manhattan and planned my itinerary. I spent several weeks reading about the city, learning how the subway worked, and making a list of the places I wanted to visit. The more I planned, the more excited I became. The day of my trip arrived much faster than I expected. I packed my suitcase carefully and checked my passport, my visa, and my travel documents several times. I didn't want to forget anything important. My family drove me to the airport early in the morning. When I hugged them goodbye, I felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. It was my first international trip, and everything was completely new to me. The airport was much bigger than I had imagined. There were people from many different countries, speaking different languages. After checking in, I went through security and found the gate for my flight. While I was waiting, I looked through the large windows and watched the airplanes taking off one after another. I remember thinking that, in just a few hours, I would be on the other side of the world. When boarding started, I found my seat next to the window. As the airplane took off, my heart started beating faster. I looked outside and watched my city become smaller and smaller until it disappeared under the clouds. A few minutes later, I relaxed and began to enjoy the flight. I watched 2 movies, listened to music, ate dinner, and even managed to sleep for a few hours. When the plane landed in New York, everyone applauded softly. I smiled because I couldn't believe I had finally arrived. The next step was immigration, and I was a little nervous. I had heard many stories about immigration officers asking difficult questions. When it was my turn, the officer greeted me politely and asked me why I was visiting the United States. I answered confidently, "I'm here for vacation. I want to visit New York and practice my English." He asked how long I was going to stay, where I was staying, and when I would return home. I answered every question calmly because I had prepared for that moment. After looking at my passport for a few seconds, he smiled, stamped it, and said, "Welcome to the United States." At that moment, I felt an enormous sense of relief. I collected my suitcase, left the airport, and took a taxi to my hotel in Manhattan. During the ride, I looked out the window almost the entire time. Everything seemed familiar because I had seen it in movies, but at the same time, everything felt completely different in real life. When I arrived at the hotel, the receptionist welcomed me with a friendly smile. She asked for my passport and reservation, gave me my room key, explained the breakfast hours, and showed me where the elevators were. The check-in process was simple, and within a few minutes, I was inside my room. The room was not very large, but it was clean, comfortable, and had an amazing view of the city. I opened the curtains and stood by the window for several minutes, watching the busy streets below. Yellow taxis, buses, bicycles, and hundreds of people moved through the city without stopping. It was exactly what I had imagined. After taking a quick shower, I decided not to waste any time. I left the hotel and started walking without a specific destination. Every street seemed interesting. Every corner looked like something from a movie. I passed bookstores, coffee shops, restaurants, parks, and small stores. Everything felt exciting because it was my first day. Eventually, I arrived at Times Square. The giant screens, colorful advertisements, bright lights, and thousands of people created an incredible atmosphere. I stood there for a long time, simply observing everything around me. I took dozens of pictures and even helped another tourist take a family photo. A few hours later, I became hungry and decided to buy a famous New York hot dog from a street vendor. It wasn't an expensive meal, but it was delicious. While I was eating, I sat on a bench and watched people walking by. Some were tourists carrying cameras, while others seemed to be local residents rushing to work. The following morning, I woke up early and had breakfast at the hotel. There were eggs, bacon, toast, fruit, cereal, coffee, juice, pancakes, and many other options. After breakfast, I took the subway for the first time. At first, I was afraid of getting lost, but the subway map was easier to understand than I had expected. My first destination was Central Park. It was even more beautiful than I had imagined. I saw people jogging, riding bicycles, walking their dogs, reading books, and relaxing on the grass. I rented a bicycle and spent almost 2 hours exploring the park. It was peaceful, even though millions of people were living just outside its borders. Later that day, I visited the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I spent several hours looking at paintings, sculptures, and historical objects from different countries. Although I am not an art expert, I found the museum fascinating. Every room had something new to discover. That evening, I decided to have dinner at a small Italian restaurant. The waiter noticed my accent and asked where I was from. When I told him I was from Brazil, he smiled and said he had visited Rio de Janeiro many years earlier. We talked for several minutes, and I realized that my English was actually working. I didn't understand every single word, but I understood enough to have a real conversation. A couple of days later, I joined a walking tour around the city. There, I met travelers from Canada, Germany, Japan, Australia, and Spain. We spent the afternoon exploring different neighborhoods together. Since everyone spoke English, we naturally used it to communicate. Sometimes we made grammar mistakes, but nobody cared. The important thing was being able to understand each other. One evening, a group of us decided to watch the sunset from the top of the rock observation deck. As the sun slowly disappeared behind the buildings, the city lights began to shine. The view was absolutely unforgettable. We stayed there for a long time, taking pictures, talking, and simply enjoying the moment. Another day, I took the ferry to see the Statue of Liberty. Standing on the deck with the wind blowing and the New York skyline behind me was one of the most beautiful moments of the entire trip. I had seen that view in books, movies, and television for many years, but seeing it with my own eyes was completely different. Throughout the week, I tried many different kinds of food. I ate hamburgers, pizza, bagels, cheesecake, tacos, donuts, and of course, more hot dogs. Some meals were simple, while others were unforgettable. One thing I learned during my trip was that trying local food is one of the best ways to experience a new culture. Every day, I became more comfortable speaking English. I ordered food, asked for directions, bought souvenirs, talked to hotel employees, and even had conversations with strangers. At first, I worried about making mistakes, but after a few days, I realized something important. Native speakers were patient, friendly, and much more interested in communicating than correcting my grammar. Before I knew it, my vacation was coming to an end. On my last evening, I took one final walk through Times Square. I sat down with a cup of coffee and thought about everything that had happened during that incredible week. I remembered my first English classes, the many hours I had spent studying, and all the moments when I thought my dream was impossible. The following morning, I checked out of the hotel, thanked the staff for their kindness, and headed back to the airport. This time, I felt much more confident than when I had arrived. The airport no longer seemed confusing, and I knew exactly what to do. During the flight home, I looked through the pictures on my phone. There were hundreds of them, but I realized that the best memories were not stored in my camera. They were stored in my mind. I had learned much more than English. I had learned to believe in myself, to talk to new people, to solve problems in another language, and to enjoy experiences outside my comfort zone. When I finally arrived home, my family asked me hundreds of questions about the trip. I told them about the airplane, immigration, the hotel, the amazing food, the friendly people, the museums, the parks, the subway, and the incredible views of New York. They listened carefully, and I could see that they were almost traveling with me through my stories. Looking back today, I can honestly say that studying English changed my life. It gave me the confidence to explore another country, meet wonderful people, and create memories that I will never forget. That trip was much more than a vacation. It was proof that small daily efforts can eventually lead to extraordinary experiences. Since then, I have continued studying English, and I am already planning my next adventure. This time, my dream is to travel across Europe and discover even more amazing places around the world.
Lembre-se, você não precisa entender tudo de primeira. Ouça novamente sempre que puder e aproveite o material disponível nesta aula para continuar praticando. E quem sabe a próxima grande viagem dessa história não seja a sua. Pessoal, essa aula que vocês acabaram de ver ela faz parte do meu curso online, só que lá dentro ela está dividida em partes menores, com exercício após cada uma dessas partes para a gente praticar cada um daqueles pontos. Lá dentro tem local para tirar dúvida, a gente tem suporte no WhatsApp, o valor é bem em conta, não tem mensalidade, tem certificado final, e para quem gostou do jeito que eu ensino, vocês também podem se tornar meus alunos nesse meu curso, se inscrevendo em inglescomfabiano.com.br, e eu também vou deixar o link aqui embaixo do vídeo para vocês. Como vocês podem ver, o método é bem claro, as explicações são realmente bem fáceis, não tem quem não consiga aprender com esse método, tá? E eu espero que vocês tenham gostado dessa aula. I see you guys the next time. Bye bye!